All right, time now for all things Gators. Dan Hicken and Frangie. What's up, Hick?
Yes, sir. I'm good, man. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist brings you this podcast, se-ortho.com. Gators, you know what? I'm just happy for the fans.
Yeah.
The 90,000 that went to the game, had a great time. You know, I had some friends who had never been, and they said, man, I'd like to see how it would be if they were really good, because this place is incredible.
Right.
And I love that about our school. I get mad at our school for a lot of stuff, but I'm happy for the guys, happy for everybody that they got to beat and smack around little brother a little bit.
Gator fan
I don't even know if you're brother yet.
Right,
you might be
right.
cousins. So settle down.
Gator fan is legit now. Gator fan is legit.
Oh, yeah.
Gator fan, no matter. I mean, I think they've sold out every game of the Napier era. Every game of the Napier era.
That's the toxic. They call it a toxic fan.
Right. So
that always annoyed me too, but we don't have to get into that.
Here's as for the game.
Yeah.
Here's what I mean. I think two different staffs coached Florida.
Okay.
In the first half, played with tempo.
Yeah.
They didn't even huddle.
Yeah.
There wasn't all the clapping and shifting. It was go, 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 go. They attacked.
Yeah.
Defensively, they crowded the line of scrimmage. They blitzed, and they're up 24-3. In the second half, I think the old staff came back.
They did. They showed up.
And all of a sudden it's clap, clap, shift, 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 play clock running down.
Yeah.
Snap it late. Defensively, 3 guys on the line, everybody else back. I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm joking about the staffs, but
it's fair.
The game plan in the first half looked like a whole different scheme, offensively and defensively. They got out to a 24-3 lead. And then, look, I love the win. I'm not
right.
But in the second half, it looked like it was back to what Billy Napier, God bless him, coaches, which is take forever to get the snap off on offense. Everybody on the team shifts.
Yeah.
Everybody claps.
Yeah.
Or the quarterback claps. Everybody shifts. And then on defense, 3 guys on the line, everybody else back. Now, as this half went on, they changed defensively. But I loved the way they played in the first half. I love the tempo, the urgency.
It's almost like Billy wanted to remind us why he's on the hot seat in the second half.
Wasn't it? I mean,
and
the first.
Although, clap it up for showing some fire, man. I don't even mind the 15-yard
I love
penalty.
the 15-yard.
That's great.
I love the fact
I didn't see him, but I heard what he said. I was told what he said, and it wasn't very nice.
Yeah. I don't know what he said.
Block, and might have went with Shuckster, if you want to figure it out.
Okay,
A few syllables there.
Yeah.
I thought the defense, I also like to give them credit, especially in the first half. Now, I think K.J. Jefferson helped because apparently he ate his NIL money.
I guess he did. He had to be 270 maybe, didn't he? Goodness gracious.
That's not the same guy that scored 39 on him a year ago.
I know it's not.
But they played fast, right? They flew around a little bit. They got after the quarterback.
Yes.
That team wasn't as good as Florida, which, again, UCF, that's their issue. But I enjoyed seeing a good defensive effort.
Well,
and I thought that was fun to see.
And they planned, Dan. I totally agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
The plan, though, they had everybody walked up in lanes, and they blitzed.
Yeah.
And they packed the box.
Blitzed a lot,
which they haven't done since Napier's been there.
Yeah.
And then the second half, they didn't.
Yeah.
They went back to not doing it in the second half, and it just seemed weird to me if they play. If the whole time he's there, they had played like they did that half, they'd be a better team. And I'm not saying just because of the score. It's just, I mean, I love the offense. They started with the no huddle. They started with tempo
for the first half.
Yeah. And I loved it, and it worked. And it worked, So
guys making some nice catches, some throws. Now, I thought Graham in his first, I don't know, he was about 15 for 16 for about 32 yards.
Yeah, I was. I told a buddy
I was kind of wanting to push that ball just a little bit down the field.
So here's my question. I wasn't at the game. You weren't either. We watched the game on TV.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's open and who's not. But at some point, and I'm a big Graham Mertz fan.
Yeah.
But at some point, all the checkdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, all the checkdowns. There's and it didn't help my belief that he's checking down too much. When the minute Lagway comes in the game, he throws the deep ball.
That was a beauty.
Oh my! So
I only got one of those from him. The poor kid. It's kind of like you know when you split time at quarterback, and you're excited, and yet you're like, oh, they just had a 6-minute drive. We had a 9-minute. Holy cow! It's the middle of the second quarter. I haven't gotten in the game yet.
Well, and listen, Billy did a very good job in acquiring both quarterbacks.
Yes,
he got Mertz when he needed a transfer portal guy, and he got one of the best recruits in the country in Lagway.
Yes,
and so you have to play them both. but it's almost awkward that you have to. You can't bench one of them.
No.
Yeah, but it's almost awkward.
Both are playing well.
Right, they're both playing well.
And
You'd
by the
almost
way,
be better off if you had one and not the other.
Frank, we should say this. For the human beings that they are, they have handled it wonderfully.
100% agree.
Because it's a hard thing as a quarterback to give up snaps.
Right.
Or if you're Graham Mertz, it'd be easy. If you're DJ Lagway, it'd be easy for both of them to become disenchanted. They both genuinely seem to like each other and root for each other. And that might be maybe I'll give Napier a bit of credit there. Maybe he sat him down and said, look, this is the only way this is going to work. Because those things, I've watched them up close and personal a lot of times. It's hard.
Yeah, well, 100% agree. It's a really good point.
Yeah.
Well, two things to that. Number one, of all the things Billy Napier is not, he's obviously a good dude.
Right.
And it's obvious people want to play for him and like him. I don't think anybody, even the angriest Napier hater, would debate that. He's obviously a good guy who's honest with these guys. And secondly, both kids are really good kids.
Yes.
You know, they really are. So but it's a great point, though. I hadn't thought about it, but it is hard.
It is hard.
It is, and that's a really good point. And I think the fact that all
they're not faking it either.
Right.
They genuinely get excited when the other kid makes a play. I mean, it's so that's a good thing. And listen, again, hats off. It was a great night at the Swamp.
Yeah,
much
no
needed, because from here on out, there may not be a lot of those.
Yeah, and so and as you move forward, so again, back to the whole Napier situation, because that's what every Gator conversation has got to go to.
Can we play hypothetical for a second?
Yes.
Okay.
You got something?
Yeah, I got one.
Give me one.
What if?
Oh, I love what if. You give me a what if.
I got a what
on
if.
a podcast. It's a good day.
What if A&M and Miami are pretty good?
Right. Well,
A&M leads the SEC.
And they're obviously pretty good.
Yeah. What if Florida, you look up what season's end and they got 6 wins?
Yeah, well, that's where we're going. That's what the conversation is. If you think about it, they're not winning this week.
Who's the coach of the team in 2025 if they have 6 wins? I'm asking you.
Billy Napier.
Really?
Because I don't. Now, some people disagree with that.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I agree that's what it should be. But I don't think Scott Strickland wants to fire Billy Napier. It's his guy. It's his third hire.
Oh, I get that.
You know, I don't think you're a second football.
I don't think they're going to have 6 wins, Frank.
Yeah, I don't either. But to your question, if they get to a 6th, if they get to a 7th, here's what I'll tell you.
Yeah.
If they get to a 7th win, he keeps his job.
Okay.
4 or 5 wins, he's fired.
Yeah.
So the question becomes what you just said,
6.
the 6th win. So here's how it could happen.
Well, I don't got to beat Kentucky.
Right. Let's assume they lose this week. It's off. Tennessee's ticked off.
They're ticked off.
It's at night.
Up there.
17-point favorite.
Yeah.
So you probably lose. So but now you got Kentucky at night.
Yeah.
It's now a night game.
Yeah. Sold out again.
I'm
sure it will be.
Of course it will be.
Yeah.
And I think Kentucky's better than Florida.
They are. They are more physical. They'll manhandle.
They're more
Florida.
physical than most teams.
Yes.
Even they were as physical as Georgia.
They're good.
But let's assume you win.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you
now
win one of the next two.
So you're
most likely Kentucky.
So you're 4-3.
Okay.
Okay. So you're 4-3.
All right.
Now you're going to lose the Georgia and Texas games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to lose. That's Georgia in Jacksonville and Texas in Austin.
Okay. You're 4-5.
You're 4-5. But now those 3 games you have left.
Yeah.
Are all potentially winnable. 2 are at home, one's in Tallahassee.
I'll say this. Either LSU or Ole Miss.
Right.
You're going to look up in the 4th quarter, and maybe both, and you're going to have a chance to win.
I agree with that. So let's assume you're 4-5, and you got Ole Miss, LSU both in the Swamp.
Yeah.
And playing at FSU team.
Man, we got a lot of home games this year, bro.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, yeah, but you know what you need? You need 3 or 4 of those Charleston Southerns. What you need?
Yeah.
Okay. There's too many home games against the dang LSU's and Texas A&Ms of the world. But if you get one of those wins, that gets you to 5 wins, and you're going to Tallahassee to end the season. So I think, in my opinion, if 6 wins, and that's the one we don't know.
Yeah.
My guess would be, because they don't want to fire him, they've got the interim president. I think he gets a 4th year. What do you think the answer to that question is? The same one you posed to me.
I think as a hypothetical, it's not going to happen.
Right.
But
I know, but that wasn't the question.
If they got to 6, would he stay? They get a bowl game. Boy, I'm watching that recruiting. He might.
Okay, yeah.
I guess he probably
comes to the Gator Bowl.
Yeah.
Gator Bowl versus Pitt. Florida Louisville in the Gator Bowl.
Better play better than you did that Vegas Bowl.
But I mean,
that the one we lost 30-3.
But I mean, if you Florida, Louisville in the Gator Bowl,
maybe.
I think 6 wins could save his job. The problem is, how do you get there? Having said all that, there's still some things that are curious to me.
Yeah.
Was Trey Wilson? Why couldn't he play?
He warmed up,
and the ESPN showed a few highlights of the warm up, or SEC Network rather. He looked pretty good warming up.
You can't help but wonder if he's mulling things over.
You have to wonder.
Right. That's fair.
You know the rule by now. The rule by now is 4 games.
Yeah.
If you play 4 or fewer, you still get the
red shirt.
He
might be mulling things over.
How can that not be the case?
Yeah.
How many games has he played in? They've played 5. He's missed at least 2.
Probably the limit.
He's played at least. He's missed 2.
Yeah.
So he's played it no more than 3. So if he's played all 3, that means he's got 1 left.
Okay. I want to get that 1.
Well, that's what I. So I mean,
want you to save that for
hard.
FSU. Maybe Billy said save it for FSU.
And what's wrong with Aiden Mizell? What does he have?
I don't know. He was not available.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Aiden Mizell, who all of a sudden is now.
Well, Tank played well, but Aiden Mizell's a guy we want to see.
Well, Aiden Mizell now, I just ran through my mind, and I'm guessing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Aiden Mizell plays in a game, and he's got great NIL tape. I mean, one play. I don't care if he's
put that play down.
So now, and then all of a sudden he doesn't play the next game.
Yeah.
Is Aiden Mizell quietly saying, you know what, I'm gonna sit out a few here because I might get really paid.
Yeah.
If I've got X amount of years left.
No, that's fair.
And so
listen, all these kids, and whether you they all think they're going to the league, but that aside. Better off playing as many years of college football as you can.
That's right.
To make money each year. They're making money now.
And particularly guys that aren't going to the league, which is most of them.
Yes.
You know, so
if you can leave any school, any 3 schools, any 6 schools with, $500,000, couple $1 million.
Right.
It's a nice little nest egg for you.
So what was wrong with Trayon Webb? What was wrong with him?
He wasn't dressed.
Yeah, I mean, no, I know, but I'm wondering. There's just a lot of guys there.
That's fair.
Florida has bragged about, and rightfully so. They don't have opt-outs when everybody else does.
Yeah.
But do they have them that they're just not talking about? And again, let me be clear. I have no inside information on that. It's not like I know something.
Yeah.
They might all just be hurt.
I hear you.
But
and
all
I think
of a
those
sudden,
are fair questions.
3 guys.
Yeah.
3 guys who would be attractive in the portal, and I hope hope none of them go. But I'm trying to be honest.
I like them all.
I mean, Trayon Webb, Aiden Mizell, and Trey Wilson, first and foremost, would be very attractive in the portal.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, and they'd be even more attractive if they had more years left.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, all 3 of them mysteriously don't play in the game.
Time.
Right. Mysteriously don't play in the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, it's hard not to wonder if that's the case. Let's get to Knoxville.
Okay.
What happens? How bad is it?
I don't have a good vibe on that one, my friend. Now, look, last 2 weeks, Tennessee's been neutered a little bit with that offense of theirs.
Especially last week.
But our defense, up until this past week, has not been shown enough. Maybe we hang around for a while, but 100,000 at night. They want blood. They want blood. They want to put a number on Florida.
And since Tennessee and Florida did not play every year, they'd only played like 11 times.
Yeah.
Until 1990 when they went to divisions. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they actually went to division 92, but they had 2 games scheduled, 90 and 91.
Like about 4 of those?
Yeah.
Since 90.
Do you know the record?
No.
It's
not many.
Since 1990.
Yeah.
Florida's 26-8 against Tennessee.
Yeah.
And people say, well, that's because of Spurrier.
No.
Since Spurrier left, do you know what the record is?
It's real good.
18-4.
Yeah.
Spurrier was 8-4.
Spurrier, yeah.
And because he had better Tennessee teams to play.
Sure he did.
Spurrier was 8-4 against Tennessee. Urban, Zook, Muschamp, McElwain, Mullen, Napier.
There's one
those
game,
6 guys are 18. Dan,
Frankie,
they're 18-4.
There's only one game you got to go. I know we got to wrap up here. I'm getting the sign here from Graham Cam. Muschamp took, what was the quarterback's name? The one we scored 10 points up there.
The 10-9.
Treon.
Yeah.
Okay. Muschamp took Treon up there with that kicker who made 1 kick his whole career.
Austin Harden.
About a 52-yarder.
Yeah, Austin, right.
And they beat Tennessee in Knoxville.
Tyler Murphy beat Tennessee.
Austin Harden was 1 for 80 as a field goal kicker.
Yeah.
And Austin, if you're listening, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. But he didn't have a very good career.
Yeah.
But he lined up a 51-yarder or whatever it was. Well, he didn't drill it. It was a knuckleball that had no business going over but it went over the crossbar. And I mean, I mean, there's Felipe Franks.
10-9, bro. Felipe Franks.
There's Antonio Callaway.
Yes, there is.
There's
we
Palmer to Gaffney and a ball that didn't even come close to catching.
Yeah.
And so
it would be along those lines times 10 if we pulled the upset.
Right. So I think Tennessee is aiming for this one.
Yeah.
So I think we're probably looking. I think it's 41-20. The line's 17.
Yeah, I think they cover.
Yeah, I think they cover too. So, but anyway, as we wrap, look, it was a good win the other day. Mm-hmm. Florida's won 2 in a row, 3 out of 4. At least got quiet.
Yes.
If nothing else, it quieted for a while.
Yes.
I don't know that it. And so what happens is they're going to lose this week, but then when we do this podcast in a couple weeks, what happens suddenly is a Kentucky game's gigantic as we talk about the future of Billy Napier. Because if they beat Kentucky, a team that's pretty decent, a team that beat Ole Miss, a team that hung around with Georgia, if they beat that Kentucky team and get to where they would be 4-3 with 5 to play.
One more hypothetical.
I think he gets. I think the chatter gets up.
Will Florida win another game?
They'll win another game.
They will.
Yeah.
Will they win 2 more games?
That I don't know.
Okay.
That I don't. They will win another game. Number one, I would pick them today in Tallahassee.
Okay.
I would pick them today in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Not by a wide margin.
Brock Glenn didn't look bad.
No, he didn't. Brock Glenn looked okay. Not by a wide. But I would pick, if I had to pick right now and bet my money.
Did you know he's John Glenn's grandson? No, he's not. I'm kidding.
Okay, I was going to say, no, I didn't. All right. So Florida, Tennessee is going to be tough going.
Yes.
When we do this next week, next couple weeks, we'll start working our way toward basketball.
Yes.
I'm excited about basketball. Are you excited about basketball?
Yes. Okay. You're the basketball guy, but I look forward to your reports.
Yeah, I'm excited about basketball, and let's get through football.
Are we going to play the 7'9" guy, or is he going to?
7'9" guy's redshirting.
He's redshirting?
I always say when you get a 7'9" guy, get red. Did you see him dunk in highlights?
No, but I saw him high-five Handlockton, who looked like he's about 6'2" next to him.
Yeah,
and he's 7'1".
Did you see, by the way, where they're in the mix for another 7'1" guy? I'll play them all together. I'll play the 7'9" guy at 5,
across.
The 7'1" guy, and I'll play Mike at the 3. Maybe like Scottie Pippen, a point forward, a 7.
Bring it up, Micah.
7'1" point forward is what I want. But I think basketball. But I saw him dunk on the highlights. He didn't jump.
No,
he didn't have to dunk. But anyway, it'll be fun. Basketball will be fun. Anyway, Florida, Tennessee, it'll be a tough going. But hey, good for the Gators. We got to win this week. Wins. There's nothing wrong with a win at night in the swamp, and we love it. And we'll see what happens in Tennessee. That's all things Gators. Dan Hicken, Frank Frangie.
Yes, and thank you, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com, for all your orthopedic needs. Frank, have a great week.
You too, Hick.